Good morning, friends. It is day 8 of my no processed sugar food journey. Truth be told, it feels longer than 8 days, but yes, it's only been 8 days. So I'm really glad after a couple days of not being able to check in on video that I can sit here and kind of give you guys an update on how this no processed sugar journey is going. And I know I've slacked off on some dates. I have been quite busy and have not picked up the camera, and my camera was crazy full. So the good thing is that I got the stuff off my camera into my computer, and I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna do just weekly increments, like 7 days at a time, or just take it as I go, like depending on how much footage I have. We'll just see. I'm just going to make sure that I document through the 40 days, but I'm not gonna put that pressure on myself of having to video every single day, because then I know I won't get it done, and I'd rather have it done than perfect, right? I'm hearing that phrase a lot in some teachings and some books I'm reading, so I'm going to embrace it. Done is better than perfect. I had a little bit of maple syrup on those waffles that I shared with you guys in the previous footage, which is technically not a processed sugar, but it has a lot of sugar in it. But I didn't go overboard, and I finally just went, you know what, grace, not perfection. I'm gonna be really intentional, and if I slip up in a little way, then I'm just gonna move forward and do my best not to do it. And so that thinking has really helped me. And remember, it's about the long end game as opposed to beating myself up over some little tiny weird thing. The reason that I'm coming to you guys with this crazy no makeup, no hair done face is because, not that I am game about showing you my perfections, and I'm outside because it's such a beautiful morning. I have been breaking out, and I don't normally break out, and it's been really specific. And so I talked with my chiropractor, who also does muscle testing and just does a lot of education about, you know, health and alternative medicine practices. And I told her that I was doing this 40 days without processed sugar, when the first thing she said is, oh, I'm not surprised that you're breaking out, because that would be because of your liver. So apparently as your liver detoxes, which it's going to do because you're not having sugar, that could be part of it, of these breakouts. And the breakouts are like in very specific places. And so it was really interesting, based on a lot of her knowledge. She was like, oh yeah, you're probably breaking out because your body is detoxing and your liver is detoxing a little bit from the sugar. So I thought that was fascinating, but it made perfect sense because it started in such a weird time. It didn't seem like it was related to my cycle. It was very specific places, like right here. It's been around my nose, and I don't normally have that. So I guess this is just kind of showing you real life of what's going on. It's part of the sugar detox, I think, and I think that makes a lot of sense. I'm noticing that it's getting easier. Of course, I'm still fighting those cravings, but like last night when I had dinner, I didn't take a picture of it, by the way, but my husband grilled some turkey kielbasa, and then we had steamed broccoli with a ginger dressing that I make, that's a paleo recipe that doesn't have any sugar in it because it's Whole30 approved. It's really, really good. It's basically carrots and onions, ginger, a little bit of light olive oil, rice vinegar, coconut aminos. It's really, really good. I'll try to remember to put the link down below to the recipe, because it's in the Well Fed cookbook, but the author of the cookbook actually did put it on her blog for free at one point. So I'll try to remember to post that for you guys, but it's really good. And so I had that, and then I was really, really craving something sweet. And while we've gotten most of the sweet things out of our house, I'm sure if I scrounged, right, I could find something. But instead of having that, I had a grapefruit. That has really become a really delicious treat for me, is having a half of a grapefruit. It takes a long time to section it and pick out all the seeds, so it's kind of monotonous, but then I just put a tiny little bit of my stevia on there, not even half a packet, just a little sprinkle, and it sweetens it up so good and yummy. And then after I've eaten it, I squeeze out all the juice and drink it, and it's really almost tastes like grapefruit Kool-Aid. I know that sounds crazy, and I'm sure my taste buds are adjusting, but even when I've had processed sugar in my diet, when I drink the juice after I've had the grapefruit, it just tastes delicious. So that's become a go-to. I'm usually just reaching for a piece of fruit if I want dessert, but I'm finding that I'm not doing it as often. I think my body's calming down a little bit. The thing I've really been having to watch is, because I'm not having processed sugar, guys, I am reaching for
all the carbs. Oh my goodness.
I know I was carb loading last week. Yesterday at lunch, after I went to my chiropractor, I had a absolutely delicious meal at one of my favorite pizza places where you can make up your own pizza and then they'll wood fire grill it for you. And I got a gluten-free crust, and I posted it on Instagram, and some people asked me, hey, are you doing gluten-free too? And I'm really not, but I thought, given the fact that I'm gonna have this pizza with all this cheese on it, it might help me to have a gluten-free crust. And it was so, so delicious. But I thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna crave their sodas or their drinks because they have this really delicious fruit drink there that's not too bad, but I know it has processed sugar in it. And I didn't crave it. I just had a little bit of my pizza because I was saving it because it usually lasts me a couple meals. It's huge, as you can see from the picture. And then I had a kale salad, and I'm pretty sure the salad dressing had a lot of sugar in it because after I got it, they told me they make the salad dressing with lemonade. Hello, of course that's why it's gonna be good. But I went, you know what, Grace, I didn't have a huge amount on there, and it was a delicious, very healthy salad. I had part of that salad at lunch, and then I had the rest of it for dinner. And then I'm gonna have the leftover pizza today for lunch. So I'm just hanging out here on my porch. I'm drinking my coffee, gotten to where I really am enjoying my coffee. I'm not freaking out about it as much. And I just have to show you, Elizabeth, if you're watching, I'm using the yummy mug that Elizabeth sent me in our Trader Joe's collab videos. And I love it. It's the perfect size for my morning cup of coffee. I'm drinking decaf, and I was watching one of Elizabeth Madero's videos, and she was saying how apparently they add chemicals to decaf to make it decaf, and I'm like,
oh great, yet another thing I can't have.
So I'm gonna have to figure out if I'm just gonna do like partially decaf, partially regular grounds, but I'm really good about just having 1 cup in the morning. I don't have any more after that 1 cup. Because I do have the thing that a lot of people have, or if I drink a lot of coffee that has a lot of caffeine in it, my heart, I don't really have palpitations, but it just races and I feel kind of on edge, and we don't need that. So I'm using a little more stevia. I'm using a packet and a half, which is probably why I'm liking it. But it's pure stevia. It doesn't have the extra fructose in it. And I'm trying to find another creamer option because I think the half and half has so much fat in it, even though it doesn't have processed sugar. So I might go by Whole Foods and see if they have any sort of creamer product that just has the cream without all the extra junk in it. I don't know. There may not be one. So I'm trying to still figure that out. I'm really not putting hardly anything in except for my cacao, my cinnamon, and my stevia. So I'm really liking that change. I'm having a really lovely morning here. Because I have a little extra time, I'm having my half a grapefruit with my stevia. I already had a hard-boiled egg for breakfast. I'm drinking my coffee. I'm just showing you guys this because I know there's not a lot on my agenda there. It's actually a really nice, relaxing day. I keep my food diary here on this side of my planner. So you guys have already seen that. So I keep that out so that I can write what I eat, and then I'm doing a Lent study with my new Bible, and this is actually helping keep me on point to remember what day it is for my sugar challenge, because I started this study the first day of Lent, and I started my sugar challenge the first day of Lent. So if I'm trying to count back the days of what day it is in my sugar detox, I will just look at what day it is in Lent. I'm so excited because my New York City trip is coming up this weekend. I don't know that I'm gonna have enough time to vlog while we're in New York because it's gonna be a really fast and furious trip. We're flying in to see a show, be there Friday night, seeing a show on Saturday, and then we have 1 free day, and then we're flying home. I'll probably just take a lot of pictures of what I eat and share those pictures in this sugar diary, or no sugar, no processed sugar diary. And I did say that I am gonna have a little bit of a break. So like if we have, you know, if I find a really good coffee drink or if we have some dessert, I might indulge a little bit, but I'm not gonna go crazy because if I went too crazy, my body would hate it anyway. I'm gonna be walking everywhere. It's gonna be so exciting. I am over the moon excited. So today is my packing day because tomorrow I have tons of stuff to do, and then the next day we fly. So just wanted to do this check-in with you guys. I know it's a really long-winded one, but I haven't made any video footage in the last few days. And I just want to report that it's getting easier. My chiropractor and I were talking about this sugar detox, and she said the first 10 days are the hardest. Makes sense. I thought that I would be feeling better within like 5 days or 6 days, and she's like, oh no, you got to give it 10. So it's still a challenge. It's still difficult in some ways, but it's getting easier, and I'm really grateful. And it's interesting to see what my body is doing. Oh, I got a massage yesterday, and my masseuse is trained in reflexology, and so we were chatting about that, and she said that when she has clients who are going on sugar detoxes, that you can really feel it and see it in the muscles of the body as well. And my feet were really swollen. I mean, not overly swollen, but like we could feel it. And she noticed it when she was working on my foot, and she does reflexology on my feet, and she was like, yeah, I can tell that you're going through a sugar detox. It makes sense. So really, really interesting stuff. So that's why I'm passing it along. So I'm gonna get going here, finish my devotional so that I can get going on my work of the day. And I'm filming a favorites video for you guys today. So that's gonna be fun. And I'm gonna take my lovely Daphne for a walk. Very grateful to report, starting to see a little bit of the bright side of this no processed sugar journey.